addressing the growing threats of cybersecurity breaches. Problems and hypothesis. So one of the biggest problems we found is that cybersecurity breaches have become more common and more serious with this growing day and age. In fact, almost 30% of organizations were hit by some type of breach in 2022. What makes this worse is essential services are being hit, such as hospitals and important utilities are being targeted more often, putting the public at even greater security risk. While a lot of companies have technical defenses in place, human error plays a huge major role in these breaches, like clicking pinching emails or using weak passwords. The slower a company responds to these breaches, the more damage it ends up causing, especially when there's already weak security practices in place and a lack of training within these employees. So overall, cybersecurity isn't just about technology. It's also about how people respond and how well prepared we are for these attacks. Our vision statement. This is like as if we were to imagine what world could look like if these organizations actually handled these threats at a reasonable time. When breaches aren't addressed, it creates a lot of damage, both financially and it causes a huge dip in public trust when people are trusting their private data and private information in these organizations, thinking that their data is protected. When these threats are not caught early and handled in an ethical manner, it makes a huge difference. It actually allows organizations to feel more confident and get greater increases in technology and innovation when they are handling these threats appropriately and by focusing on the law and everything. At the end of the day, security systems don't just protect data, they help build trust and support the digital growth in a much safer environment.
Turn off your mute.
Sorry. Key metrics. To, to better understand the cybersecurity threats, we focus on some of key metrics. These includes the frequency of breaches, the severity in terms of data and financial loss, how long it takes an organization to detect and respond to an attack, and how transparency they are during the process. These numbers helps us identify threats and determine which areas needs to the most improvement. We pull this data from respected sources like IBM, Verizon Annual Report, and academic studies. For example, IBM 2024 report found that organizations with a slower response time faced an average breach cost over 1 million higher than the quicker response plans. Visual analysis. Our visual analysis helps to bring this data to life. The first bar chart shows which industries are most affected by cyber attacks, with the healthcare and finance leading due to the sensitivity and values of their data. Our second scatter plot illustrates the correlation between the response time and data loss. Organizations that responded slowly and suffered greater losses. These charts confirm our hypothesis that delays in action increases the sensitivity of breaches. They also justify why an improved incident response plan is at the core of our proposed solution.
This high-level system model outlines the typical flow of a cybersecurity breach. It begins with a vulnerability, such as an outdated software or a misconfigured firewall. From there, attackers exploit the weakness, gain unauthorized access, and execute malicious activities. The next stage is detection, often through automated systems or user reports. Finally, the response kicks in. However, in industry data and our research, we've observed that the longest delay usually occurs between detection and response. This window is critical because the longer the delay, the greater the potential damage. Our model pinpoints this as the area most needing improvement, precisely where our proposed solution focuses. By closing this gap, we aim to reduce the impact of breaches significantly. Our solution addresses the problem from multiple angles. It's a layered cybersecurity framework designed to reduce both the risk and the impact of breaches. The first layer is automated threat detection. AI tools that analyze behavior and flag anomalies in real time often are faster than traditional systems. The second layer focuses on the human element, ongoing user education. Many breaches occur due to human error, such as clicking a phishing link or mismanaging passwords. Through regular training, we reduce that risk. And then the third layer is incident response planning. It ensures that when a breach is detected, there is a clear and predefined response protocol. Together, these components form a proactive defense. Our solution isn't just reactive, it's preventative and adaptive, keeping pace with evolving cyber threats. To make our solution effective and practical, we propose a phased implementation strategy. In phase one, we start with a full assessment of current systems, identifying vulnerabilities, outdated tools, and gaps in employee knowledge. We then conduct a simulated breach to test the current response capability and pinpoint areas for improvement. Phase two involves rolling out the selected technologies, such as including AI-based detection systems and monitoring dashboards. Simultaneously, we conduct hands-on training sessions for all staff tailored to their roles and potential risks. Finally, in phase three, we establish continuous monitoring protocols and schedule regular updates and audits. Cyber threats are continuing to evolve, so our system must evolve with it. This approach ensures long term resilience, not just for a one time fix.
So our approach is also grounded in faith and ethics, definitely moral values. First, Proverbs 10:9 states that he who walks in integrity walks securely, but he who makes his ways crooked will be found out. Being accountable for our actions will help us be better in the future, but if acting crooked or anything, that will uh, have negative impacts on our business and our programming and everything as we move forward. Uh, Philippians 2:4 calls for a mindset that prioritizes others over the self. So basically, this calling for selflessness. Um, Definitely want to do what you can to help others without uh, putting yourself first. Ephesians 4:25 is calling for everyone to speak the truth to each other. Uh, we as a business need to be truthful, transparent to our customers. It'll help promote a better environment and promote more trust in us as a company. The ACM code, as well as NIST, also lay out other moral ways of approaching this. It, they both call for avoiding harm to others, as well as not discriminating against anyone. Calls for respect for privacy and confidentiality as well. Uh, Cybersecurity needs ethics too. We want to make sure that no one is being disregarded, discriminated against. Want to make sure everyone's being protected all the same. The best way to do that for our company is through training and knowing how to respond to certain incidents. Our studies have shown that acting fast is the best thing to do, uh, but we do also need to act responsibly. Don't want to put anyone's information or any network or any system at risk trying to skip steps to speed anything up. But technology alone is not going to be enough. Uh, we as humans, with all the errors and everything that we can possibly create, we need the best training that we possibly have so that we can avoid any human mistakes. But we as a company need to work to build trust. Best way to do that is by training and helping to reduce risks.